Turn-based RPGs are fantastic, right? Without further ado, let's begin with my list of 10 must-play games in that genre that are jam-packed with all kinds of goodies. Hi folks, it's Dino here, and let's jump right into it. Let's start with Octopath Traveler 2, which is one of those sequels that knows exactly what it needs to improve. The game maintains the core gameplay while smoothing out the rough edges with smarter design choices and improved pacing throughout. Combat remains tactical and engaging, character progression allows for experimentation, and the individual stories are more focused and rewarding this time around. Visually, the HD 2D style is better than ever, and the soundtrack elevates each moment. Even though some elements will be familiar to fans of the first game, that familiarity works to its advantage here. Octopath Traveler 2 does not try to reinvent the wheel. Rather, it improves it. This makes it one of the most polished, turn-based RPGs available today. If you want a modern RPG that respects classic design, this one is well worth your time. Sea of Stars is the next game on the list, and it feels like an homage to classic turn-based RPGs right away. The world, music, and characters all have that old-school charm. However, it is presented in a way that is both modern and inviting. The story is simple to follow, and the characters are very charming. The overall tone of this game remains light. This game offers approximately 30 hours of gameplay. Some moments will feel familiar if you've played a lot of classic RPGs, but Sea of Stars doesn't try to surprise you at every turn. Instead, it focuses on performing the fundamentals exceptionally well. Tight pacing, satisfying combat, and an unwavering sense of adventure. It does not reinvent the genre, it refines it. As a result, Sea of Stars comes highly recommended. For anyone who enjoys traditional turn-based role-playing games, this one is definitely for you. The next game on the list is Divinity Original Sin 2, which gives you an incredible amount of freedom right away. Combat here is more than just taking turns. It's about planning ahead, utilizing the environment, and devising creative solutions to each encounter. Fire spreads, surfaces react, and positioning is crucial, making battles feel fresh rather than repetitive. Aside from combat, the game continues to shine with meaningful choices, deep character builds, and a world that actively responds to your actions. There is no one right way to approach situations, and this flexibility is what keeps the experience interesting for dozens of hours. Original Sin 2 rewards experimentation and intelligent decision-making. This makes it one of the most enjoyable turn-based RPGs for players who value strategy and freedom. Next up is Chained Echoes, which feels like it was created by someone who truly understands classic JRPGs and why people still enjoy them. It draws inspiration from the 1990s era, but rather than feeling out of date, it combines those ideas with modern systems that keep everything moving at a rapid pace. Combat is tactical and rewarding, progression feels meaningful, and the world promotes exploration without wasting time. What really stands out, however, is the way everything is balanced. The story keeps moving forward, the mechanics remain engaging, and nothing feels overly stretched. It's even more impressive when you realize the majority of the game was created by a single person. Chained Echoes does not just imitate classic RPGs, it understands them, making it a must-play for turn-based game fans looking for something familiar but thoughtfully refined. Next up is Darkest Dungeon 2, a turn-based RPG that won't let you off the hook, which is exactly the point. This game is all about pressure. Every decision is important, failure is inevitable, and luck will not always be on your side. Combat is intense and punishing, forcing you to prioritize positioning, abilities, and party synergy over raw damage. Unlike the first game, Darkest Dungeon 2 follows a roguelite structure in which learning from failure and unlocking new tools is an important part of progress. It can feel overwhelming at first, making it a great choice for players who like turn-based RPGs with a serious challenge. Next up on the list is Wasteland 3, a turn-based RPG with a strong emphasis on choice, consequence, and tactical combat. Every fight necessitates planning. Positioning, cover, and squad synergy all have a significant impact on how battles unfold. However, combat accounts for only half of the experience here. The game constantly presents morally difficult decisions to you, and there is rarely a simple or obvious solution. Your decisions shape the story, influence your companions, and can completely alter how events unfold later on. The writing is sharp, mature, and often unexpectedly dark, making the world feel grounded and believable. With multiple ways to complete quests and different outcomes to discover, Wasteland 3 encourages replayability without feeling repetitive. It is a turn-based RPG that respects your choices. This makes it an excellent choice for players who enjoy both strategy and meaningful storytelling. Next up is Persona 3 Reload, a modern reimagining of one of the most influential turn-based RPGs ever made. At its core, the game blends classic turn-based combat with social systems that directly impact how strong your party becomes. Battles are fast, stylish, and tactical, encouraging smart use of weaknesses rather than mindless grinding. Outside of combat, the game slows down and focuses on character relationships, daily routines, and personal choices, which helps the world feel grounded and alive. What makes Persona 3 Reload stand out is how naturally these two sides connect. The more you invest in the characters and the world, the more rewarding the combat becomes. It's a turn-based RPG that balances strategy with emotional storytelling, making it an excellent choice for players who want depth both in gameplay and narrative. Next up is YAKUZA, Like a Dragon, a game that took a long-running action series and made a bold shift into turn-based RPG territory, and somehow made it work. Combat is imaginative and unpredictable, with over-the-top animations, creative job classes, and systems that lean more into fun than strict realism. While the battles aren't the deepest in the genre, they're constantly entertaining, especially as you unlock new abilities and experiment with different party setups. What really carries the experience, though, is the story. The game introduces a new protagonist, Ichiban Kasuga, whose optimism and personality bring a fresh energy to the series, backed by a cast of memorable characters and surprisingly emotional moments. Side quests, mini-games, and absurd humor help balance out the heavier themes, keeping the world lively and engaging. YAKUZA, Like a Dragon, proves that turn-based RPGs don't have to be serious to be satisfying, making it a great pick for players who enjoy strong storytelling mixed with personality and charm. Next up is Final Fantasy V, a classic turn-based RPG that's often overlooked, but deserves way more credit than it gets. What really sets this game apart is its job system. You're constantly experimenting, mixing classes, unlocking new abilities, and finding combinations that completely change how your party plays. Combat stays engaging because the game encourages creativity rather than forcing a single optimal strategy. The story itself is lighthearted and adventurous, which gives it a very different tone compared to some of the darker entries in the series. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and that charm carries through the entire experience. Final Fantasy V is all about freedom and experimentation, making it one of the most replayable and satisfying turn-based RPGs for players who enjoy mastering systems.
Next up is Baldur's Gate 3, a game that takes turn-based RPGs and pushes player choice to an entirely new level. Every fight feels like a puzzle, where positioning, abilities, and even the environment can completely change the outcome. But the real strength of the game lies outside of combat. Your decisions constantly shape the story, your companions react to your actions, and there's rarely a single, correct solution to any situation. Whether you're talking your way out of trouble, experimenting with creative builds, or embracing the chaos, the game always adapts. It feels less like following a scripted RPG and more like playing through a living tabletop campaign. Baldur's Gate 3 is all about freedom and consequence, and that's what makes it one of the most impressive turn-based RPGs available today.
Turn-based RPGs may take their time, but when they're done right, the payoff is always worth it. If you enjoyed this list, hit the like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe for more RPG and gaming content like this, and let me know in the comments which turn-based RPG is your favorite or which one should have made the list. Until next time, happy gaming!